did it just again.
Jeffrey,
I mean, so to say not to be alarmed, we should be alarmed. We should be vigilant. We should be out there getting these people.
Angela Rye, let's bring you in. Your take on what Jeffrey's saying here and what the president said.
So, Jeffrey, first of all, he didn't say do not be alarmed by the attack. He said do not be alarmed by the number of police officers, law enforcement on the streets. So I think before we can have an argument about Donald Trump's alleged good intentions, we should at least be speaking from the same set of facts. What's very important right now, and I think Congressman Kildee a couple of segments earlier said it best, this is not political at this point anymore. What Donald Trump continues to do is more than dangerous. It's causing a divide globally. It's not just here nationally anymore. We are in the middle of recovering from a terrorist attack with our allies. Jeffrey, it's essential that we operate as such. It is problematic for Donald Trump to use this as a wedge, to use this as a distraction because of this James Comey hearing. He's using this to pump fear in people's hearts and minds about Muslim people. There's a woman that got beaten, her face entirely swollen because of the type of hate that he pushes out. His travel ban that he signed on to, that now he's blaming the Department of Justice for watering down, he signed it. He's using this attack in London to push this travel ban that is hateful and wrong and unconstitutional.
Angela, so when Barack Obama was pushing concern about these same countries that President Trump is pushing, then President Obama was hateful.
All right, hang on one second. This is not during the Obama administration. We're talking about the Trump administration. I'm going to let David Drucker make one point here, and then we'll continue. Go ahead, David.
Look, to the extent that a lot of Americans feel that over the past couple of years, the past administration did not want to deal with the fact of radical jihadism, and that is the view that many Americans held. Donald Trump, as a candidate for president, really spoke for them. But in this case, what the mayor of London was doing was not trying to put the idea that there was an attack by radical jihadists under the rug. He was simply speaking about an increased police presence. And I also think it's important for the president to recognize that he's no longer just a candidate. So when he speaks, even if justified, even if he has a lot of domestic support, he's speaking on behalf of the United States to our allies, to our adversaries, and that's something I think this administration needs to take into account.
People's lives are at stake here. And Jeffrey Lord, you know, you can be against terrorism. You can think that countries and city leaders haven't been saying enough in the past to fight terrorism. That doesn't justify being dishonest about what they're saying about terrorism.
Well,
now.
I don't think he is, John. We just disagree.
No, you can't disagree on what's a fact, Jeffrey.
No,
you can't, because it's just not true. So you can continue to push these theories that it's not true. His words are right there in plain English. There's no reason for Donald Trump to decide that he was saying something different. He used it as a wedge issue to push this crazy travel ban. That is what that is.
Wedge issue for what, Angela? He's not running for election.
No, that was David's whole point. He's not. He's supposed to be the commander-in-chief. He's supposed to be the president. He's supposed to stand up with his allies, not against them. But he's using it as a wedge issue because of what is this man's last name? It's Khan.
Well, you know,
that's the main
I can only
issue.
tell you, Angela,
that is the main
yesterday
issue.
I took the day off and watched the whole history of World War II. And there, yet again, was the story of Winston Churchill and Neville Chamberlain, with Neville Chamberlain saying, in essence, the kind of things you were saying.
Why don't you understand?
We're going to stop. We're going to stop. Once we went to Neville Chamberlain, once we went back to 1939, I think it's time to stop this conversation. But I do appreciate it. Angela Rye, David Drucker, Jeffrey Lord, appreciate your input here. But again, let me read you the actual words from Sadiq Khan as we part here. Londoners will see an increased police presence today and over the course of the next few days. There's no reason to be alarmed. One of the things the police and all of us need to do is ensure we're safe as we possibly can be. The police are there to fight terrorism. That is what he's saying. All right, raids and arrests in the wake of the London terror attacks as we learn the identities of the attackers. Plus, Democrats sending a warning to the president. Their message: do not invoke executive